have Margaret. Margaret Burns has an MA in creative writing from UT and has been writing short fiction and rapping about her life to unsuspecting children and audiences for a while now. Margaret is a midwife, a yoga teacher, and a mother. Her life mission includes queso. Welcome, Margaret.
Hi, I'm Margaret Burns. I usually don't read this close to people, and I'm quite loud. Sorry. Also, don't usually read in front of children, so I'm going to do my best. I write about the 90s, what it's like to have a heart of a 15-year-old, and when I was little, people would ask me who I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said Pam Grier. She's a blaxploitation movie star. So that was sort of what propelled me into a life of weirdness from a very early age. The 90s really suited me since I already dressed in black and looked kind of like Wednesday Addams. It was all black clothes, angsty, dirty, greasy, poetic, and I was so comforted by it that I didn't really understand when color came back in. Even though I felt more connected to Courtney Love's band Hole, I understood Kurt Cobain and his pain too, because I had stomach pain too, lots of it. And there was Tomas, my perfect partner, also pensive and brooding, but tall and lanky and with just the right touch of ennui. The only thing that could make my pain worse was not knowing if Tomas really loved me, and beyond that, I was hearing him complain about being in pain. He had a headache, poor thing. He needed sunglasses because the sun hurt his eyes, and his tattoos were healing. And then there was his day-to-day existential crisis. His not understanding anything about real pain, that tensed up, torn up, twisting, and then me being accused of not being what I seemed because I didn't look sick, because I didn't have his same Johnny Depp pain face. I was forced to recite these lyrics to myself to feel better. Yours might last a day, but mine is forever. Yours lasts a day, mine is forever. I would do things like ask if he could feel the wind, and he would say things like, weather only feels like air. I would be standing swirling in a cloud of cold and warm and think, how is it that he has not lived long enough to feel the difference? We are the same age. It was odd because I saw weather follow him wherever he went, a bit of chiaroscuro, if you will, or maybe my skin was just more sensitive and my eyes could see farther. Whatever it was, my localized pain dissolved when he was with me. We both studied 12th grade art history, and I could easily recognize a figure in my sta and believed for certain he had some light glowing behind him at times, hearing one of my favorite choruses, I can't be near you, the light just radiates. I had been to Italy with my grandma, and she told me the legend was that ladies would faint from a combination of summer heat, gorgeous men, and the beauty of the art, which of course reminded me of Tomas, as Renaissance art was his favorite and so treasured to him that it was almost off limits to anyone else's enjoyment of it. When my grandma came to the States and went to Walmart, she fainted after seeing there was enough of everything there to feed and clothe all gypsy children in Italy, which made me realize abundance was everywhere for me. I kept telling myself not to fall in love, but then that made the longing more intense as my craving for pain pills and mouth-watering lust for sugar. A mouth-watering that started at my teeth, moved to my cheeks and throat. To distract myself, I would lie down and look up at the light of the sky, but that made me think of kissing. Then kissing made me think of wanting to do other things, and I felt Tomas changing shape, shifting, lifting up, then his shadow slipping through and past me, which made me want to run toward him. And I heard Courtney Love's cautionary scream in my head, you should learn how to say no! But then I would think, look at all that sky, like all that Barbizon school looking sky, and fast forward to the part in the song that says, Go on, take everything I want you to. Because I was used to physical pain, I was adept at pretending to be tough, big, with lots of hair, lots of boots, lots of voice. Really, I was slight and windless of voice. Yet I was no Daisy Miller. I was truly a Simone de Beauvoir, merely having to butt up with Tomas's indecisiveness as Simone had with Sartre. Like Simone, I had a high tolerance for alcohol and could drink Tomas under the table big. This sometimes dulled my physical pain, and I read Sartre's classic Nausea in appreciation and without irony, as real-life nausea always accompanied me too. In addition, I was convinced the pain meant that I would die before I turned 21. Soon I realized my concept of time had altered and I had to do something. I knew if I didn't leave now, my craving would last forever, or maybe I would last forever, and it would all be too much. I remembered feeling his breath, and then he kissed me, but it was on my forehead, so there was nothing left to do but imagine him walking into the sinking sky as I cried after him, "Go on, take everything, take everything, take everything, take everything." I also write about my journey with self-help, and I like to make fun of myself and the law of attraction, and I like to make fun of my experiences with online dating. Good evening. We are extremely pleased that you're here. Do you agree you're a vibrational being in a vibrational universe? Are you knowing what you are wanting? Are you enjoying the contrast life is giving you? Liars. I know. You want to feel it, smell it, taste it, lick it, manifest it, experience. You ask Abraham, you silly ghost, why isn't my beautiful lover in my bed? Where's my pile of money? Where's my perfect life? Why, it's in vibrational escrow. This is the law of attraction. You have the energy that creates worlds, but the universe doesn't hear what you say. The universe only hears what you mean. You have to be a part of deliberate creation, or else you're just banging around manifesting randomly. Or maybe not doing too much banging. Yeah, you know, if I say something, I mean it. These things happen. If I say that I mean it. If he calls me, I screen it because I'm lonely. If it's convenient. Listen, I'm telling you, it's my world. I does what I wish to. If you're mad, well, too bad. Sounds like a personal issue. I walk in, you all stare like, who the f is this girl? This game, it's just rude, but don't get jujitsu. Tunnel visions, I get ahead. Stay solid, I never fled. My haters feel like I'm better dead, but I'm better alive. In a better bed, getting better. Signed, Margaret, I'm sincere. On my side, it's authentic. Yeah, cool, we all get it. You really think this is true? I doubt it, but now I'm your boyfriend, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm using the law of attraction to get my lover. First, I have to get in my vortex. Getting in my vortex is supposed to be as easy as 1, 2, 3. Abraham Hicks says to get in the vortex, you can't split your energy, because if you split your energy, it's kind of like crossing streams in the movie Ghostbusters. It can be bad. Step 1, ask. You can be as selfish as you want. 2, believe. Visualize yourself living the life you want. Act like you already have it. Step 3, receive. Now you're in your vortex. Stay there and focus with your tunnel vision to be a deliberate creator. This is your anthem. Tell your world you need everything and some. Like two guys, that's a tandem. And they're gonna do it all for you when you ask them. They got it all, yeah, they're young, rich, and handsome. It's my world and I do what I like to. I know he's gonna be ready when I slide through. If you forgot I got it, I'll remind you. Cause I got what they got, I'm talking times 2. Imagine it, law of attraction, then practice it. Pay attention, none of this is happening by accident. If I don't get it, I'm gonna throw a tantrum. This is your anthem. Tell your world you need everything and some. Like two guys, that's a tandem. And they're gonna do it all for you when you ask them. They got it all, yeah, they're young, rich, and handsome. This is not random. Like that Rumi quote, you're supposed to fall in love and stay there, and your path will unfold before you whether or not there's anyone there. Okay, Abraham, have it your way. I'll try and fall in love. I dated one guy who asked me to get a Brazilian, and I actually did. It was as painful as natural childbirth and cost me $100. And then the salon asked me if I wanted some bleaching. I was relatively certain that that was not the way to go. I called my friend Carol, she's my law of attraction uplifter, and I said, this is what's happening, what should I do? And she said, I'm hungry, do you want Chinese or Japanese? I also wondered what Abraham would make of the guy who asked me to be in a three-way, which made me super uncomfortable, and I was like, no, thank you. But then he introduced me to the girl, and I was like, wow, I have not been paying enough attention to women these days. I also have a really woo-woo friend who gave me a yoni egg, which is kind of like a Benoit ball, and it just sits on my bedside stand. But these all seem like paths from a choose-your-own-adventure story where you usually just die a weird death in the end. I began to realize I wasn't manifesting my lover because I hadn't yet let go of the other one. Abraham loves meditation, and my woo-woo friend told me I should pull cords while I meditated, meaning I had to visualize pulling out a cord attached to my navel and to his. I imagined a big velvet rope, wide, braided, silky, easy to let go of, but as I tried to pull, he wouldn't let his end go, and I kicked my legs, but my feet slipped on the floor like in one of those horror movies. It was a big bloody mess. I was trying to remember how I'd ever begun to listen to Abraham in the first place. How to manifest your perfect self. According to Abraham Hicks, you have like 17 seconds to reframe your thoughts, to focus on what you want before you start a momentum of vibration that really messes with the escrow or splits your energy. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Will the real Margaret Burns please stand up? I repeat, will the real Margaret Burns please stand up? We're gonna have a problem here. You might do like I did and go see a shaman outside Marfa who will offer you some weird drink for the pain. I insisted I didn't have pain till I left her yurt office and carried my daughter with me back to the car, limping again from my bad hip, then remembering the hurt and wishing I had taken her advice. How to manifest true love. True love might be when someone moves you out of the way so you don't get burned from a hot stove. It was a weird moment. I didn't have time to tell him I was born with an unusually high pain tolerance, except I could feel anyone's heart around me if it was breaking. Strangers, grown-ups, old people, my own. My dad took me to see Empire Strikes Back when I was little, and when Princess Leia and Han Solo kissed, my dad told me that was two people in love, and one day when I grew up, I would fall in love with somebody. I always asked for a toy Millennium Falcon after that. Abraham ends her workshops the same way each time, and I cry a little when I hear her say, we have enjoyed this interaction more than you could ever know. And we remain stubbornly, lovingly in your vortex. May I have a Millennium Falcon, please? You'll be thrilled to know this is my last piece. And then back to poetry. Why do people seem to kiss differently in old movies? I've always loved old movies with their fancy clothes and different sounding voices. I honed my listening skills on them. I met a boy once and we became friends. We met in English class where everyone swore to have read Ulysses and the philosopher pronounced Benjamin. One night we rode in my hot car to a concert in Coconut Grove in Miami. We got out of my car and ran together, holding hands, and my heart beat in time like we were forward dancing. It was the 90s, so I was wearing flannel, but we stopped to eat at a French restaurant anyway, and I ordered escargot, laughing, wearing flannel and Doc Martens on the 4th of July. Now I can hear the Courtney Love verse that people around us were thinking in their own way. Just shut up, you're only 16. And Miami had Art Deco, just like the old movies, and a cotton candy colored sky to match. And after that, there was serious moonlight, very film noir. Old movies brought mystery to ordinary things like smoking and ice clinking in glasses and every woman getting a dip during a kiss, like the post-war picture everyone loves. In one of my favorite old movies, Backstreet, With Susan Hayward, her character as a sister who encourages her to move on with her life. Instead of holding on to the family home she inherits, her sister advises her, "Oh, honey, sell it and go." Pushing the river is the opposite of a letting go. I've always been so bad at the letting go. Susan Hayward had a letting go that worked out in an old movie. I wondered if I would have to go back in time to experience a letting go of my own, all the way back to black and white. At the concert, I just watched him like I would one of those old movies. I wondered how he looked like a little old movie-ish himself. He had the sharp features and quiet face of a movie star before his time. The way he watched me, I could not tell what he was thinking, so I had to practice intense listening, which was surprisingly hard to do at a concert. I felt like I had an 808 in my heartbeat, and I only heard overwhelm from lights, fast wind, and the smell of smoke, and I held his hand tight, as if we were still running forward. Another opposite of the letting go is the grasp, and my finger joints were sore even from trying to hold on to nothing. Even as I held his hand, I knew it would all be over soon enough. Love. Sometimes I didn't understand it at all, but so what? I thought, I can hear myself say, my hands, they're strong.